Battle of the skincare products. Hi, I'm Laura Ray. I've got a great battle plan for you today. I've tried some of these products out, some for years, some for months, and they're going to battle it out. And I'm going to share with you which ones I think are the best as far as working on mature skin and also the most cost effective. Let's start first with a very famous eye cream, Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Eye Rescue. I've bought several of these little travel sizes to try. I like the formula of this in that it's thin, sinks into the skin, but has like this little bit of fluffiness to it. Well, I found one I love even better that is so much more affordable, and that's from B Naturals. Now, this is a company I've probably bought from for maybe, I don't know, 5 to 8 years. I love their eye balm. I talked about that for a long time on my channel. It's one of my mom's favorites too. Well, they came out with a Bright Eyes Rich Eye Cream, and I just love it. It's got some very hydrating ingredients in it. It also has some peptides, which I like too, but this one is even like fluffier and has more of that creamy feeling that I like, and it does sink into the skin so beautifully, very hydrating. I am just crazy about this. Now, I do want to mention when I bought it, like it wasn't topped off at the top. There was some space here, and that's just settling. They put, let's see how many ounces. There's 0.5 ounces in this container, but it lasts a long time. I think it's so great also because you can even tap it over your makeup. If I feel a little bit dry during the day and I already have my makeup on, I like to tap this in, and it adds a bit of brightness. They also have one for people that have puffier under eyes, one that's supposed to help with that I have, and I enjoy that, but I like the texture of this better. So the winner of this battle is definitely the B Naturals. I have a couple of sunscreen battles for you because I feel like sunscreen is one of the most important skincare makeup products we can use. I say that because many of these that come out now are tinted, and for me it's a replacement for foundation. As my skin has gotten better, less redness, less discoloration, I could pretty much get away with a tinted sunscreen with like a little Laura Geller on top, her Bake, Balance, and Brighten for a more finished look. And if I just sort of want a dewy look, I might just use the tinted sunscreen. Many of you love this one from Drmtlgy. You've told me how much you enjoy it. I enjoy it. It's the Universal Tinted Moisturizing Sunscreen with an SPF of 46. This has a little bit of color to it, not as much as this one. This is my Alana Mitchell Tinted Physical Defense. This is a 44. So there's a difference of 2 in the SPF, but not enough that would change my mind. Now this says glow, and I do think this has a little bit of glow, but what I'm looking for is more coverage for hyperpigmentation in the cheek area, for redness on the nose. This one from Drmtlgy just doesn't have as much pigment to it. One way that you can get around that is to drop a little foundation into it. Now, when I say that, I don't mean use less sunscreen. I would use the same amount, but get a little more pigment into it so you can get the coverage you want. But for me, this is just perfect. It has the right amount of tint. I don't have to mess with that. If I do have extra discoloration, I would just go in with a little bit of concealer. So the winner of this round, even though the Drmtlgy is more affordable, for me is Alana Mitchell because it replaces foundation. That saves me a lot of money. And also I can just do one step. I can just put this on and be done. So that's why I'm choosing Alana's. Next, we're going to talk about an exfoliator. Some of you have written me and you say, I want one of those exfoliators with like a little bit of granules in it, but not something that's going to cause micro tears tears in my skin. So I have tried several. One I love is from Drmtlgy. It's their Microdermabrasion scrub. I love this. It's very creamy, fluffy, fantastic. Now, the other one I've used is from Versed. Some people say Versed, but their Daymaker Microcrystal Exfoliator. I have a backup of this because I actually love it. Now, it's made to get rid of dullness in the skin and also for problematic skin. Now, I like that this says it's vegan, it's cruelty-free, it's fragrance-free, that's a big one for me, and dye-free. So also they don't use parabens, no petroleum, no mineral oil, no pegs. So this for me offers a lot. Now, there is a price difference between the two. The Versed is much more affordable than the Drmtlgy. I love both of these. I would keep both in my collection because they're just a different texture. This is much creamier. I would say more spa-like. But I noticed I went to reorder some more and it said like unavailable. So if I were looking for one that was more affordable and more readily available and does a great job, I say go with this one. One of my favorite products is a peeling gel, a gommage. It takes off that surface skin that's left behind when you use vitamin A products. I use retinaldehyde and I always have this little thin layer of flakes, especially on my forehead. So I find that these gommage products work great for taking that right off without irritating my very sensitive skin. I've almost finished this tube for Manyo. This is their Galactomy peeling gel. I really enjoyed it. It got that surface skin off. It worked well. Now, one that I purchased in the last few months is this one, the Super Aqua Ultra Hyaluron. This one I felt gave me much more peeling off, like the product just seemed to pill up better, which I like. It's sort of, I guess, when it comes to that, more about the experience. This, I didn't get as much from this as I did with this. Now, let me explain one thing. Some people will say, oh, you're not peeling off all that skin. You're right. When you're doing a gommage and you're rolling all this product off, most of it is product, but if you look at the color of it, if it's more tan, then you know you're getting that surface skin off. So there have been times when I didn't have much to take off my skin that it was more white because that's the original color of the product. And there have been times when I start rolling this off my face and it is so brown. And that's when I know I'm really getting that surface skin off that I had stuff to remove. Using this once a week helps my makeup to apply so much nicer. I really need to use it. I noticed this morning when I put my makeup on my forehead, I could see all this little peeling skin. And that showed me I'm not using it enough. So I sort of judge by that. I look at how my makeup applies. If I see it catching on loose skin, then I know I need to exfoliate. So these products have been instrumental in keeping my skin looking smooth. The winner of this round is this one right here, the Super Aqua from Missha. I just love the experience of it. It does an amazing job and is at a great price point. If you have super sensitive skin and you think any kind of rubbing really irritates your skin, then I would recommend using a product like this. This is what I originally bought, the SRB Stabilized Rice Bran, as a replacement for the very expensive Tatcha. Tatcha is way too much for me. This is an everyday exfoliator. You can wash your face with it. It comes out as a powder. You just add water and it almost turns into like a little paste. I love this stuff, and it very gently takes off that dry skin. So if I'm going through a time like I am now where I'm getting a lot of peeling on the forehead, I might use this every night. Other times I might use it a couple of times a week. Now I'm putting up against the Tony Moly. I'm Rice. This is also an enzyme cleanser. Now what I would say is they both work equally well. What I would look at is price point. I will list in the description all of the products, and you can check out which one is more affordable right now, because they're both more affordable, much more than the Tatcha. Depending on Amazon, what's running on sale will determine the price, but the Tony Moly is usually more affordable. So I say if that's the case, go with the Tony Moly. I'm so happy there are more sunscreens out with tint that are very affordable, meaning around $12, $13 as opposed to $30 or $40. Recently, Neutrogena came out with their liquid face, and I bought the shade Light. Now, I feel like it was a little too light for me, so I am going to buy the medium to try, but this was what was available at the time when I purchased it. Now, this is a 30 sunscreen, and as I said, it's tinted. I also bought this one from Eucerin, and it caught my eye right away because it said sensitive on it, and I have very sensitive skin. This is their sensitive mineral face, and it's a 35 protection. The benefit of this one is it's meant for all skin tones. I would love if any of you have tried it and you have a deeper skin tone than I do, if you would leave in the comments how it worked for you, because I'm so curious about that. I'm going to have my daughter Danielle try it, because those of you that have seen her know she has very pale skin, and my older daughter actually has olive skin. So I'm going to have her try it. But for me, this worked amazing. I couldn't believe it. I thought it might look orangey on the skin. It didn't. It really looked great. And it's the closest that I found to my beloved Alana Mitchell at the drugstore. So the winner of this round is the Eucerin. I can't tell you how much I love this. I'm glad that I found something so affordable. And you get 1.7 full ounces in this. This is 1.1, so this has a little less product. I'll have to compare the prices. But regardless, I'm all about something that I'm going to wear all the time that I enjoy. And I really love the Eucerin. This was a sunscreen I loved for a couple of years, because before more of these came out with tints in them, this was one of the only tints on the market where I felt like I could get away without wearing foundation. This is the La Roche-Posay 50 Face. I love this stuff. It looks beautiful on my skin. It actually bronzes me up a little bit. So I really love that, but I thought I would put it up against the Eucerin. How fun is that? Something from the drugstore. This is super pricey. It would pain me to buy this because of the cost. I really feel like if I can find something that looks nice on my skin and is affordable and has great ingredients, then why would I pay more? And that's what I've found with the Eucerin. I'm really happy with it. I, again, would love to hear in the comments if any of you have tried it out, what your take is on it, but it has worked great for me. So the winner of this round is the Eucerin. I probably won't buy the La Roche-Posay anymore because this is so amazing. I love the way it feels on the skin. I love the way it looks, and it does the job. One thing I did want to mention about this is if you're going swimming in the water, I rarely go swimming. I mainly go outside for walks. That's the main purpose I go outside. But this is water resistant. I would purchase this if I knew I were going into the water. It says it's water resistant for 40 minutes. The Eucerin is not. They even tell you on the packaging to apply something that's water resistant if you're going in the water. My reason is just driving in the car, being out at recess with my class, going for walks outside. So that's why I'm not so concerned about that. But I did want to mention that this is definitely water resistant. Tretinoin is too strong for my skin. I've used so much skincare. My first trip to the dermatologist was in the 5th grade. I already had acne and I was put on benzoyl peroxide at that time. And when I was a little older, I was using Retin-A for acne. So as young as I think 16 years old, I was using tretinoin. And I have found at this point, my skin is just too sensitive and it just wrecks my skin. But what I've found that works amazing is retinaldehyde. That has worked great. And I purchased the Avène Physiolift for the eyes, and I purchased the one for my face. I used that for quite a while. I enjoyed it so much. But then I wanted to try this one because my daughter had recommended it from La Roche-Posay. This is their Redermic R, and it's they call it an anti-aging treatment. One thing I love about the Redermic, now I also bought the Redermic for the eyes, is that it's so spreadable. It goes on easily. I found that the Avène was like a little thicker, a little more difficult to spread. This has such a nice thinness to it that I can put a little bit and get it to spread easier on the face. I get little flakes from this peeling. I know it's working. I really feel that it's helped my skin. The winner of this round is the La Roche-Posay. This Redermic has changed my skin. I can use a vitamin A product again without it being so irritating. And I just love how easy this is to apply. This has been my go-to cleanser off and on for probably at least 3 years. This is the La Roche-Posay Hydrating Gentle Cleanser. I can always count on this to not irritate my skin. If I'm having a tough time because of just the environment, whatever it is, I know I can put this on and I'm not going to end up with a red face. So I like to keep this in my closet of my skincare and just always have it. It's like a security blanket for me. Now, one that I tried recently, I would say in the past 6 months, is the Alana Mitchell. This is her Daily OC Cream Cleanser. Now, it has a scent to it. This one from La Roche-Posay it says soap-free, fragrance-free, sulfate-free, and it has ceramides and niacinamide. That's what they have listed as their key ingredients on the front. Alana Mitchell's says free of artificial fragrance, but there is a fragrance to it like oranges, and I love it. Usually fragrance of any kind is very irritating to me, but this is not. Now, what I love about this one is the texture of it. It's such a soft cream. It's not thick. It gets the makeup off. Now, I don't put this on my eyes. I would say not to use it on the eyes. I would be afraid it would cause some kind of irritation. But as far as a cleanser, it gives me that spa experience. So for this round, I'm going to say it's a tie because I can't decide. I know that I can use this on my eyes and anywhere in my face and never get any irritation. But the Alana Mitchell also says dry, combo, and sensitive skin that it's designed for, and it has never irritated my skin. So I'm going to say for this one, it's a tie. If you'd like to see more skincare battles, let me know in the comments. Leave a heart, leave a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, why not? Just click that button. I would love to have you here. And that way you won't miss any videos that I have coming up. I upload videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. I love you all so much. All the links for everything are in the description of the video, as always. I hope you have a blessed week, and I'll see you soon.